Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Well, it's like from that channel, The Infinite Waters. I kind of grew up with that channel, one of them. I'm in nature and I am processing my life and feeling a bit anxious because I am only getting used to going to the forest alone and just camping out and doing whatever I need to do and screaming and being completely wild. And it still makes me quite insecure, honestly, because there's still people around walking sometimes. And I've been really missing nature. And honestly, like the way my life is going right now, it's absolutely crazy and everything is fucking changing. And, I don't even know where to fucking begin, honestly, because, oh my goodness, has it been nuts. Nuts. On one hand, nothing has been really happening, but on the other hand, everything has been happening, and the universe has been pushing me to open up more and more and to see things from a very different perspective. And so I have, and all the people have been just falling away from my life. And I'm at this point in my life where I'm just completely, I don't want to say I'm completely alone. I'm not completely alone, but I feel like this is that point, where you're just like you're put in that spot, right? Where you have to like rethink everything and like reevaluate your life. And also like with this Lionsgate portal, it's a very good opportunity to do so. So I've been just chilling in nature for like 4 hours now and thinking. I've been stressing out. Like all these things have been falling away, and it's been happening through these conflicts, and just like conflicts that are not like resolvable. It's like the only way to deal with these conflicts is to just acknowledge the fact that you and the other person are like different, and the best way to keep a relationship is to make the relationship more distant. And I've been also experiencing that with people in general, because I feel like as a Virgo, I have very high standards. And I've also been having this with people where I would just show up and I would just bring myself and offer all these things, which is also what I was talking about in my previous video. Offer all these things, right? And get nothing in return, and just feel drained in the end, and feel like I just gave so much and got nothing in return, no same consideration or feeling. And like this has been happening, as well as all the people, like the closest person in my life with whom we've been close for like 9 years now. We ended up having a little bit of a falling out, and that put me into this total fucking spiral, honestly, of just rethinking, like, how the fuck did I get to that point, How the fuck did I get there? Shit, Oh, goodness. In addition to just having to deal with just not having the depth of relationships that I want, and having no friends, basically, no close friends, because I can't do shallow shit, you know? And on the other hand, just making peace with being alone, or just being like in acceptance of this phase of my life, you know, where it's like, okay, I guess this is like the phase of life for fucking building shit and working on shit, and, you know, kind of having this rebirth in a way. Rebirth of just like rediscovering myself and rethinking of how the hell did I get here? How the hell did I end up here? Oh, the birds are so cute. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, but they also give me anxiety because I always think that someone's walking around because of the noise. And I guess I have this desire, you know, to just shed things. Just really like let go of this old version of me, whatever the fuck it was, you know. And just be free. But it's difficult, you know, it's difficult when society that we live in is so inhibited, and we're all like hiding so much about ourselves, you know, and doing things is like crazy. Being open is considered crazy. Being expressive is considered crazy or sick or unhinged, you know. And all this shame, always having to live by someone else's standards, pretty much. And I'm done with that. I'm tired of this. Of this fucking fakery presentation. You know, all these taboo things, like taboo ways of being, taboo topics, you know, like how exhausting that is, but yet somehow have to figure out how to live in a society like this. And it's been feeling like I'm walking through a fucking sludge where I live, of just collective suppression and just literally like a sponge soaking in everything. Oh, goodness. And then, you know, I thought that it was right. I thought that it was right to be this way, you know, and that's like kind of my breaking point, because I thought that if I show up, right, if I show up and if I give my all, that it's gonna be enough for people to do the same. Or at least that's what I was taught, right? Like being a pleasant good girl or whatever, you know. And I thought that being that would lead me to the things that I want. If I just did things how other people tell me to do them, then I will get what I want. And that is not true. Oh boy, that is not true. Like, really not true. And so I feel right now like I'm like rethinking everything, you know? I'm rethinking how and why, and should I even, you know? Should I even like give so much? Should I, you know, always try and find people, you know, and look for people, because supposedly connection is important, right? Social life is important. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe at this point, it's not that important. It wouldn't be that important. And like all these fears of being weird, and being not normal, all these things. In my culture, in my society, like conformity is like a top fucking value. So can you imagine, oh goodness, can you imagine my pain of fucking being born a completely different human being in a society that fucking hates that shit, and just everyone gets triggered left and right. And I'm like, I don't even fucking want to deal with that shit anymore. I'm tired. Tired of like jumping, meeting every person and trying to prove to them about how fucking normal and acceptable I am, and how fucking in acceptance I am of myself, which is just a reflection of how I'm not really in acceptance of myself, because I feel all this fucking shame. About being how I am, and just meeting a person and just trying to always show these sides of me which would make them accept me most or understand me most. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm tired of trying to be understood. People who understand will understand, and people who don't just will not. And that's fine. It's scary, but it's just so not worth it anymore. You know how I would have relationships? I would meet a person, right? And I would just, I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. If you do, please let me know if I'm the only fucking psycho who does this. But like, as an empath, right, you meet the person and you approach them from empathy and compassion, right? And this, like, consideration, right? Like from the first meeting. And I noticed that people don't do that back. People approach you like you're Tinder. And then trying to, like match their energy. You're trying to match their energy and trying to like align with them, align the pace, align the energy, so you're in alignment together, right? And other people don't even know what that is, or what that means, or that even that exists, or that one can even fucking do that. Fuck. And then I'm like, well, no wonder I'm fucking drained, after that. When all this energy that I'm putting towards them just like flows and fills up their cup, and they have no conscious awareness and no conscious thought of, that, or me, or how the energy flows in between us. It's like, it's such a conundrum, because these things, like these understandings, usually, right, you have them in spiritual circles, right? And people who are spiritual understand that more. But then if you have that understanding, but you also, love other parts of yourself that might not fit into the spiritual persona, and you bring that up, then it's just like a total fucking confusion for majority of the people. So yeah, and that has been my fucking realizations and understandings, and just this rebirth, I guess, in a way of how to relate to the world, right? How do you relate to the world? How do you relate to the world when you're spiritual, but your spirituality led you to integrating or owning everything that isn't or doesn't fit into the spiritual archetype or appearance, you know? How do you do that? But you're not also Christian. I don't know how do you do that. With groundedness and awareness and pacing. Yeah. So that's my existential update. And I hope you enjoyed the nature, the energy, and the insights. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay unique. Bye-bye.